Hello everyone, this is Phantom Vision, the rider of the time vortex. Today I want to talk about, we're going to cover the episode 6 of the time vortex. This is in a storyteller video. For those of you that's on the time, has gone through the time vortex profile on YouTube, that story is totally different in this particular series. The only thing will be probably the episode for, the first part of it is going to be written into this particular series. Now, let's just get into episode 6 of the time vortex so that I can get ready to set up for episode 7. Professor William Jenkins, after he had his little press conference, which he screwed up big time, turned around and decided that, started building on this ship. The ship was a giant, huge globe with 2 boomerangs, one on the front side, one on the back side, non-attached. And the ship was designed specifically so that you could go backwards and forward into time. The external part of the ship, as you would visually see if you were looking at the ship, was completely circumferenced around octagon rings. It was a giant silver non-magnetic ship. It was not made of titanium steel. It was made of an aluminum form, which I will tell you later on in the series. Did this intentionally. And he decided to build a smart computer. He needed help though, because he couldn't do this by himself. So he hired the lead person that will be going backwards and forward in time, the person who will be completely in charge of the ship. Her name was Professor Margaret Randoxy. Now, Margaret Randoxy was an intelligent woman. She pretty much knew how to design stuff, and she built this computer that literally could talk to you, can communicate with you, and the entire ship was built around this particular computer. The entire inner core of the ship, the navigations, everything. Now the ship can also turn around and create food out of thin air. It had the ability to be able to make your steaks, your fries, everything that you ever wanted. I forgot the word I'm looking for. But anyway, you know the word. So the ship would be able to do that. And the ship as well was able to, the external part of the ship, in between the core and the outside part of the ship, can turn around and was able to take and collect material from the Bermuda Triangle, take all the gas replication, and would be able to replicate that gas once it was able to get the gas as it's entering the vortex. And this was one of the most intelligent computers you could ever have. It was beyond anything that had ever been designed. The ship had an intelligence of its own. So after he built the ship and got the smart computer running, which was in a beta phase, there was a lot of bugs in the computer, which you will know soon enough. He then turned around and hired a crew. Now what I'm reading off this list is the crew of the time vortex. Mr. Kevin Petty, Sergeant Mark Summers, Petty Officer Susanna Perkins, Mary Templeton, Rodrigo Perez, Gloria Hamilton, Scott Timesman, Samantha Carter, John Foreman, Scott Cortez, Chris Smith, Melissa Tenen, and Christina Robinson. All of it was, of course, part of this list was picked out by the smart computer, and Professor Jenkins and Professor Randoxy picked out the rest of the crew. Each of the individuals had a specific forte, a specific ability that no one else could be able to do. And then he contacted the military, of course, needed to get involved. Many of these people, as you can hear, are part of the military. And part of them was a scientific explorator individuals who could be able to do what they needed to do to get the missions accomplished. And this was why Professor Jenkins chose these people. So, after 6 months of training these individual people, Professor Jenkins began the mission of sending these individuals back into time in order to recover the lost Floridians and to recover missing methane crystals. Because these methane crystals had a particular purpose. Because they were missing out of the Bermuda Triangle. So hopefully Professor Jenkins would be able to recover these crystals and bring home the missing Floridians that vanished. This is the end of episode 6. In episode 7, these crew members will go backward into the time vortex. Portions of this series will be in storyteller fashion because I am not able to afford to pay for thousands of dollars for animated software. I don't have the money to do it. I'm not a rich guy. So the series will be created from scratch, and we will begin the missions of the time vortex. Episode 7 will be the beginning. This is the end of the introductory of the series. We will begin the series in episode 7. Thank you very much and have a nice day.